8:46 a.m., Tuesday, September 11, 2001. The New York sky was incredibly clear. I was in my office on the 100th floor of the 110-story North Tower of the World Trade Center. I was just about to start my day, having coffee with my colleagues in the securities analysis team. The sunlight streaming through the window reflected off the glass, dazzling the city's morning. It was just the start of a normal, ordinary day. At that moment, a huge shadow suddenly approached from across the sky. I thought it was a cloud. But then, with a tremendous thundering roar, the light went out. An American Airlines plane hurtled straight into the center of our building. 8:46 a.m., the plane exploded between the 93rd and 99th floors. I thought it was thunder. But the air immediately shifted. Pressure and heat surged in all at once. And in an instant, the entire office was engulfed in a red glowing flame. The ceiling collapsed, and a storm of glass debris rained down. As I inhaled, my throat burned. The air was filled with the smell of burning oil, burnt plastic, and human flesh. My colleagues screamed, "Oh my God! Is that a bomb? This way! The door won't open!" Someone ran over with a fire extinguisher. But the flames had already burst through the crack in the door, raging like demons. The hallway beyond the door was hell. The flames devoured the oxygen, burning it red like metal. Instinctively, I ran to the window. Outside, it was surprisingly peaceful. Blue sky, white clouds, morning sunlight. The world remained the same, but inside, everything was falling apart. Some knelt and prayed, and others called their families. "I love you, honey. It's a fire. We'll be out soon." I picked up my phone, too. I had to say one last thing before the signal died. My hands shook as I pressed the call button. I had to say this. "I love you. I'm sorry. I'll be there soon." The moment those words left my mouth, tears welled up in my eyes. The smoke grew thicker. My eyes stung, my ears became deaf. Even breathing was painful. The oxygen in my body was slowly disappearing. The walls were melting, and the ceiling was on the verge of collapse. I turned to the window. The moment I grabbed the window sill, my palm burned. I could smell the smell of boiling blood. And yet, I couldn't let go of the frame. I wanted to breathe in even just a sip of the outside air. The living air, not the air of fire, but the air of the sky. That's when I realized, this was no longer a building. It was a vast prison of flames. The flames reached my toes. The soles of my shoes melted. Something inside me screamed, "I can't burn to death like this." I climbed onto the windowsill. The hot metal burned my legs. But the pain was nothing. The wind whipped my face. The moment I looked down, the world tilted. The bottom of the building seemed like a bottomless blue hole. We cannot comprehend the height of 100 stories. We only feels the infinite depth. "Don't go. Don't jump," someone shouted from behind, but the voice was quickly swallowed by the flames. I closed my eyes, and my toes fell into the air. I am falling now. The air beat down on my entire body. My ears rang as if they were going to split, and my hair flew back. My body spun around, and the city flipped upside down. Sky and earth swapped places. About 10 seconds to the ground. Those 10 seconds were my entire life. 1 second later, is this real? My brain denied reality. 2 seconds later, this is a dream. I'll wake up soon. But the cold air hit my face. It wasn't a dream. 3 seconds later, I'm really falling. The glass windows of the building flashed past me. 4 seconds later, I spread my arms. I tried to grab the air. I believed that maybe the wind would support me. That I might survive. 5 seconds later, the wind escaped through my fingers. My body still falling. Nothing held me back. 6 seconds later, the pain disappeared. The sound, the fear. The world faded away, and my body dissolved into weightlessness. 7 seconds later, my wife's smile, my child's face, the scent of morning coffee. All memories flowed out like light. 8 seconds later, I'm not dying. I'm just moving forward. That thought struck me with strange calm. 9 seconds later, I took a final breath. Only then I did realize how sweet the air was. That one sip was my life's last gift. 10 seconds later, Light burst, and the world stopped. Consciousness dissipated as air resistance reached its limit. And then, silence. I was not trying to die. I just wanted to live. I wanted to escape the flames and ascend to the sky, where I could breathe. That was my last hope. People call me, falling man. But I was human being to soar into the sky. For those 10 seconds, I was human. I was afraid, I loved, and I wanted to live. Those brief 10 seconds were my entire life. September 11, 2001. Falling man. They didn't fall, they soared into the sky.